Writing AI in games is hard, but with ChatGPT's OpenAI, you can now proceed with coding the game, without worrying about handling multiple ifs and elses in your API logic. To teach you about building a web games API with ChatGPT, enhancing user interactions and gameplay, is one of the Microsoft MVPs for developers technology in the Philippines. Please give it up for Cognizant Soft Division lead developer, Mr. Steven Vinuya.
Ayun, thank you very much, Softcon, for that epic and wonderful introduction of mine. So I'll be start sharing my screen. So yeah, I think it's my fourth or fifth year here in Softcon. So starting my career early, I was doing talk dito sa Softcon, and it's really good to be back again and to share some topic na which is hot or which is had a lot of hype kasi yung ChatGPT is parang it's a newborn technology, and a lot is using it, a lot is utilizing it, so it's really a good technology to start the session for us to learn. So I'll share my screen. And about me, I'm a lead developer. So sa Cognizant, we call it as a senior software engineer 2, yung mga lead developer. So yun yung tawag sa amin sa Cognizant. And I'm a Microsoft MVP for developers technology. I'm currently in the Philippines. We are 7 Microsoft MVPs, and if you participants are interested, pwede rin kayo to have your own journey sa Microsoft MVP. Feel free to just contact me if ever. I've been once a community lead sa Angular Philippines as well. So Angular is really my main stack or technology since I'm a front-end developer. So yun yung main way to go ko if I'll be working on a company, I'll be an Angular developer. So yeah, I do have a website. It's onecompilement.com. Once you access the website, hindi nga lang siya updated gano. So nag-expire na yung SSL ko. So I have to renew an SSL license for that. Sorry for that. And here's my email if you want to contact me. Then yeah, let's move to the topic that you are here today. So we're going to talk about how to elevate web games with AI magic using ChatGPT integration unveiled. So this particular title and topic is also generated by ChatGPT. So me as a speaker, ang sinabi ko lang kay ChatGPT usually, ChatGPT, I have this talk about games, web games, and ChatGPT integration. So can you help me make a cool title out of it? Then, magge-generate siya ng title, and ito, meron na siya na-generate na title. Medyo cool naman siyang pakinggan. So sabi ko, why not? Why not use the ChatGPT generated title dun sa title of my talk, since I'm also using ChatGPT to on my talk as well. So yun. So ngayon, nowadays, nung nag-start ako noong 2023, nag-boom si ChatGPT. At early start of 2022 pa nga, alam ko eh. So, most of the new kids are talking about ChatGPT. Marami gumagamit ng ChatGPT. And I was the one left behind. Inisip ko, ano ba yung ChatGPT na yun? Parang, hindi ko naman siya kailangan kasi parang, ano lang siya, chatbot lang naman siya na mas matalino ng konti sa the usual na chatbot. So, I don't find the use of using ChatGPT. And I had the question in mind kasi I'm a Microsoft MVP, and being a Microsoft MVP, you need to do a lot of talks. You need to do a lot of open source project. You need to share to the community. And the community wants AI. Eh, on my expertise, I don't know really AI and how AI works. So ngayon, I was forced to learn ChatGPT kasi I cannot do talks kasi most of the events are requiring AI integration. So I don't know AI. So how can I be part of the event if I don't know the AI? So I tried exploring ChatGPT. So ngayon, the question that we have in mind is ChatGPT worth the hype? I will say yes kasi as of now, it's been 5 months na and I'm using and utilizing ChatGPT in my day-to-day basis. Una-una that I'm using ChatGPT is on writing essay or improving my emails. So usually as a professional, we tend to send emails at least siguro 3 to 5 emails a day. And syempre, we want that email to be as professional as possible. So what will I do? I will construct my email, kahit drop lang siya, basta andun yung thought ng email ko. Then, I will do is I will copy paste the email content and I will paste it to ChatGPT. Then, ChatGPT will do the rest. It will improve my writing, may um, may paragraph, may spelling, and also the all of the things that indicates on my email. It will improve it and will sound professional and it will sound better. So that's one of the use that I use ChatGPT with, writing emails and improving my emails to my boss and to my colleague as well. And also, syempre, one of the things that ChatGPT is useful is for students. So one of the things that student had benefit of using ChatGPT is on writing their research, writing anything that involves papers or anything that involves verbiage or word. Student can now use ChatGPT to help them paraphrase, to help them improve their writing. Pero syempre, merong mga technology rin yung mga professor and teachers to check if your paper that you pass is generated lang ba siya ng ChatGPT or generated by some AI software. So, syempre, hindi rin siya reliable if you're doing it for academe. Magagamit mo siya if you're searching for something kasi maganda ring si ChatGPT can be utilized as a search engine as well kasi it can generate the response to you na tailor fit kung ano yung hinahanap mo. Now, let's move what ChatGPT is. So ChatGPT stands for Chatbot GPT, and the GPT word or abbreviation is Generative Pre-trained Transformer. So as part of any AI, I have a quite research on AI. Si AI daw, it's an accumulative data na pinag-combine and pre-trained yung data na yon and models to generate a specific response na mas accurate and mas better. So si ChatGPT in our case, it's generally designed for natural language understanding, which is NLP, and generation of a conversational context. So si ChatGPT is engineered to perform well human-like text generation, understanding, and making it suitable for chatbot application, virtual assistant, and more. So next. So si ChatGPT, sabi dito, it's a language model developed by OpenAI. And what is OpenAI? So OpenAI way back before, it's an AI tool wherein nakagawa sila ng AI bot sa Dota 2 wherein if you're familiar with the Dota scene, si OG on 2019, it's the two-time TI champion that time. And kinalaban ng OG yung ginawang OpenAI just for fun doon sa games, doon sa TI event or the international. And yung OpenAI na ginawa nilang AI, natalo yung OG gamit ng AI nila. So that means the AI na well-trained and has accumulated a lot of data siguro from all the professional players and pinagsama-sama niya yung decision making niya ron, it can beat a world champion na hindi lang basta world champion, two-time world champion ng Dota. So that indicates how good an AI is if it really well fed of data and talagang na-train siya na maayos. So for me, if I will say, ano ba yung purpose of ChatGPT for me? How will I utilize ChatGPT on my day-to-day basis? So first, sabi ko nga, I'm utilizing ChatGPT to improve my email to my colleagues. Kasi I think most of us, if you're utilizing ChatGPT, it's for doing emails, I guess, as well. Kasi as a professional, sabi ko nga, we're continuously sending emails and sometimes we are lazy to improve our emails, improve the paragraphs, improve the phrases. So we can utilize ChatGPT to improve the email verbiage to us. Second, improve my code. So usually, if I think na my code needs improvement, I sometimes copy pasted my code and paste it to ChatGPT saying that, "Hi ChatGPT, can you improve my code?" Then I will paste the code below. Then surprisingly, nai-improve nga yung code and pag ni-return niya sa akin yung response, sasabihin niya sa akin, "Eto yung mga key points na puwede mo ma-improve and eto yung improved na code na." So, it's not just basically returning the improved code to you, but it's also explaining what areas in your code can be improved. And as a lead developer, that's very useful kasi we're doing PR reviews, PR requests, so we're reviewing some PRs. So, yun, parang it's acting as a lead developer kasi it's breaking down the things that needed to be improved and as well kung bakit mo kailangang improve yung things na yun. So, para kanyang bini-baby and tinuturo niya sa'yo one by one kung ano yung mga things that can be improved. And third, it can help me give me cool talk titles by just providing topics. So I will just provide a topic and it will generate a cool talk title for me. So ito yun. One of the examples is yung sa code part niya. Sabi ko rito, pinaste ko lang yung code, then improve this code. Sabi ko rito. And ang response niya sa akin, surprisingly, pinuri pa niya ako. Sabi niya, your code looks pretty solid for integrating ChatGPT into web game for making a move. However, I can provide some suggestion to make it more robust and maintainable. So just like a human, no? Ang tawag dito is complement sandwich ata yung tawag dito. Yung parang sinimulan niya sa compliment, then yung sa gitna, yun yung mga criticism or not criticism for improvements. And syempre, i-end niya yun sa another compliment. So basically, in-identify niya rito isa-isa yung mga things na pwede pa ma-improve sa code ko. And makikita mo rito, ni-return niya sa baba yung improved code. Now, which is for me, it's really improved. Maganda yung naging result. So mamaya papakita ko sa inyo yun. Then, the next question that I have is, okay, I have an experience now on using ChatGPT. So usually when I'm doing talks, I'm developing an app, I'm presenting an application, I'm presenting some technology that can be utilized to your application. So the next question that I have is how can I implement ChatGPT into one of the applications that I have? So, unang pumasok sa akin, I love creating games. During my college days, parang yung first project namin sa first programming language namin, which is C++, is a Connect 4 game. And this Connect 4 game is really memorable to me kasi it's really a challenge. Not first year student, first semester, pinapagawa ng Connect 4 game sa C++, which is a command line yung output, hindi talaga UI. So it's really a challenge for me. And during that time, yung professor namin is challenging us to do it. And parang kokonti lang nakagawa. And I'm one of those few na nakagawa ng Connect 4. And nagrasp ko yung yung knowledge and understanding on the Connect 4 game. And every time I'm doing or learning a new language or platform or technology or a framework, yung basis ko, if alam ko na ba talaga yung framework, yung mga syntax ng framework na yun, if kaya ko nang gumawa ng Connect 4 game on that particular framework. So dito, makikita nyo, I did this particular game using React. So in our company, I was forced to learn React even if I'm an Angular developer, and that's a new learning for me. So first thing na ginawa ko, syempre, I learned React, and to test my skills, I did a Connect 4 game on the React application as my first application in React ever. So ito yung unang-unang application ko on React, and mamaya papakita ko yung source code and paano ko utilize si ChatGPT on this one. So for those na hindi alam kung ano si Connect 4, Connect 4 is parang you need to connect a four chips of red or four chips of yellow na kung saan if it's horizontal, diagonal, or vertical, kailangan mo lang makagawa ng 4 para makonclude yung game na masabi niya nanalo ka or natalo ka. So yun lang yung mechanics ng game. First to have the 4 in a row, in a column, or diagonally wins the game. So very basic. So ngayon, pakita ko lang yung game. Share ko lang yung game. Ito yung game na ginawa ko. It's written on React. Makikita mo naman, React app pa yung nakalagay sa title. And game rules, ito nga, first player to connect 4 same color discs, either vertical, horizontal, or diagonal, wins the game. And some mechanics, syempre si red yung mauuna, alternate turns, then the game will end if there's a 4 in a row or a stalemate. Stalemate means it's a draw. Then, yun nga, yung natalo sa previous game, siya yung magiging second on kung sino yung first sa previous game, siya naman yung second sa next game. So, let's play. I will just show the game to you. And it's already using ChatGPT naman na. So, yan, let's play a game. Okay, medyo mabagal lang ata sa ChatGPT. I will check on it. But, yeah, this is the game. So, makikita mo, I'm sending an API request and mamaya papakita ko kung ano yung API request na to. Natin kung ipapanalo na niya yung sarili niya. Okay, so yan. So yun lang basically yung game. Medyo mabagal lang si ChatGPT kaya hindi accurate yung ano niya, pero we'll utilize it later. So ngayon, the next question that I have in implementing ChatGPT AI to my game AI is how can I relay to ChatGPT the current game state? So syempre, we're dealing with a game, and the game have a state, meaning ito na yung current game state natin, and how can I get my expected response on that? And third is it accurate, the response all of the time? And lastly, is there an API for ChatGPT? So syempre, we want our application to connect to ChatGPT and ChatGPT to interact back to us. So there should be an API for that. And yeah, so just to show you kung paano natin si ChatGPT makakapag-interact on that, so let's have a demo on that. So ngayon, I have ChatGPT here with me. So first and foremost, ah, paano natin palakihin ko lang ng konti yung chat. So eto si ChatGPT, when you're interacting with it, so it has two models. So yung two models niya is si ChatGPT 3.5, it's the fastest model and it's free for all. So ito yung free model. So I have the plus model, yung may bayad. So si ChatGPT 4 naman, it's the most capable and kaya niya mag-advanced reasoning and creativity. I haven't checked most of it, pero yun yung basis niya. So let's try the free one for now. So first and foremost is let's start with the simple tic-tac-toe game, okay? So tic-tac-toe game, this one is also using ChatGPT. So makikita mo it's blocking my move. Natin kung ayan, ay nanalo na siya. So hindi pa 'to masyadong tapos pero basically ay hindi ito siya. And paano natin malalaman ni ChatGPT yung game state? So we can say, "Hi, we are playing tic-tac-toe. You are hero," yung X0, X0. "Please select the best move for you to win." And we can say na we can say the game state. So we're basically saying the board is below into the array. And we will state the board here. So basically, we have siguro null, 0, null, and copy lang natin siyang 3 times kasi 3 by 3 yung tic-tac-toe for starters. Okay. So, ayan, nag-return naman siya ng response. And secondly, on a developer perspective, hindi ito yung response na gusto natin. Kasi ang gusto nating response is something that we can read or something that we can parse. So, makikita mo rito, yung response sa akin dito, it's a 1 of 1. So, try natin ulit mag-play. So, dito, nakita mo rito nagmo-move siya ng specific na row and column. Talo na siya. So, di pa siya gano'ng katalino ngayon si ChatGPT pero it can really play the AI part. So, makikita mo rito, it's returning to 2, 1. So, on my end, makikita mo sa code ko, ang ginagawa ko lang siya rito is ini-split ko lang siya, yung response, ito, and nakukuha ko na yung row and column. So, paano ko siya nagawa na si ChatGPT, instead of magre-return siya ng ganito, ire-return niya sa akin yung row and column ng response niya. So, siyempre, as a conversationalist or as ikaw yung nakikipag-usap kay ChatGPT, pwede mo siyang sabihin na, please return the move in this format. Row, column. So, ayan, ni-return niya yung row and column. Okay, nakakuha natin. Pero, on the programmer side, ang ire-return niya itong buo na to. So, mahihirapan tayo. Paano ko makukuha ito lang? So, let's try again. Sorry. Let's try again. Don't let's say don't explain anything. Ayun. So basically makikita mo rito, sinabi niya na sinabi natin na don't explain anything. So a simple word can be useful when you're conversation or when you're doing some conversation kay ChatGPT. So makikita mo rito we just added some text, some strings, some words, and ChatGPT returns kung ano yung kailangan natin. So that's one of the things that we can utilize ChatGPT. So yun. So nakukuha na natin yung expected response natin as a developer. Let's try to see kung mare-return pa rin yung same response. Let's try to change the board. Okay. So it's still returning the same response. So hindi na siya nag-explain kasi sinabi natin dito sa word, don't explain anything. So yan. So ngayon, makikita mo rito sa tic-tac-toe game ko, ang pinapasa natin dito sa payload sa message is ito. Sorry. I will try to copy the content. So ayan, makikita mo rito, I'm playing a tic-tac-toe game. Please select the winning move for 0. Don't let X win. Put 0 on null. So meaning we're saying na put 0 on null. And I said here that please return to the array row and column indexes for your move. So I'm just trying to be specific kung para makuha ko yung specific response from ChatGPT. And sabi ko rito, return in this format, row and column. And example, tutu. So ito yung, nagbigay pa ako ng example para lang makuha ko yung gusto kong response. And makikita mo rito, sabi ko, don't explain. So wag ka na mag-explain kasi si ChatGPT, lagi niya ine-explain yung response niya. So mahirapan ka as a developer to parse yung specific response na gusto mo makuha kasi nag-explain pa siya. So sinabi ko lang, don't explain. And syempre, we want it to be aware of our current board state. So I'm just basically passing the board state that we have right here. So ayun. So ngayon, na-check naman lahat nung na-check naman yung tatlo, no? So pwede natin ma-relay kay ChatGPT yung current game state. We can get the expected response that we want. Yung accuracy, it depends. Pero it's accurate naman, na consistent naman yung response. Makikita mo rito if I try to paste this again. So nagre-return naman siya ng specific response. So ngayon, is there an API for ChatGPT? So the next question is API. So yeah, there is an API for ChatGPT, and there's really a lot of APIs that you can utilize. For now, I'm exploring yung completions API, which is ito. So marami siyang API. So let's ask ChatGPT, what are the ano ay tawag niya dito? What are the ChatGPT function API like completion? So yan. Wait, sorry. Paano ba yan? So yan, it has a lot of parang na-chat ko na sa kanya yun. Wait lang hanapin natin yung conversation. I think dito ata yan. Hindi. Ito pala yung ano, different API. Ito. So basically, we have two types of endpoints that are used on ChatGPT. It's the completion and the conversation. So si completion, ang pagkakaiba lang niya is hindi alam ni ChatGPT yung previous conversation niyo or history. So, si conversation kasi, let's say you're having a conversation with someone, so that particular person is remembering kung ano yung pinag-usapan nyo. So, parang ganun lang yung pagkakaiba ni completion kay conversation. So, si completion, it's acting more of just a bot talaga na it's not remembering kung ano yung napag-usapan nyo before. Pero conversation, it allows you to have a meaningful conversation with the ChatGPT itself. So, on the API side, there's a lot of things that can be utilized on ChatGPT. Meron tayong mga engines na tinatawag. Hindi ko pa siya na-explore gaano, pero we have DaVinci, we have Curie, Babbage, and Ada for the engines. And si DaVinci daw yung most powerful so far, and siya yung most expensive as well. So on the ChatGPT side, if you want to use the API, nothing is free on this world, so you have to pay for the API usage that you want. So usually si API, pwede kang mag-load ng balance mo. And once you have a load, pwede mo na ma-access yung API ni ChatGPT. And for you to access it, you need to have an API key. So on this part, pakita ko lang, we have the API key, and you can just simply create a new secret key, my new API key. Then create secret key. Then yan, makikita mo, may new API key ka na, and makikita mo rito kung kailan ginamit yung API key, then yung mga things na kailangan sa API key, you can also delete the API key itself as well. So ngayon, once you have the API key, pwede ka nang pumunta sa application mo. And first thing, if you're using React or Angular, pwede ka mag-npm install ng OpenAI na package. So currently, it's using 4.4.0 as the latest version. And ngayon, yung OpenAI na yan, you can utilize it here. So API key, syempre, it's best to be stored sa environment file, which is dito. Dito mo siya lalagay. And i-consume mo lang siya dito sa front end. So mapapansin mo, dito, we have a function, init OpenAI. And ang ginagawa lang natin dito, we're saying na dangerously allow browser. Bakit may ganitong property? So si ChatGPT kasi, according to ChatGPT itself, it bestly utilized if you're using a backend to connect with ChatGPT. So yun yung preference si ChatGPT if you're using it. Kaya we're saying dito na dangerously allow browser because we're using front end to communicate directly with ChatGPT. So pwede rin siya, pero syempre you have to enable this particular property or configuration. Ngayon, pakita ko lang sa inyo yung React app natin. So ito siya. Ito yung React app natin, and i-upgrade ko lang siguro tong ChatGPT natin kasi si 3.5, it's not that accurate. Kasi it's the free version. Syempre, someone that's giving you the free version, it doesn't have the full capability of the ChatGPT itself, di ba? So let's use 4. And let's try here. Let's play a game. Sige, let's try to kung mananalo siya. So, ayan. Nakita mo, CPU wins. So, may differences if you're using ChatGPT 3.5 to 4. Medyo mas matalino si CPU. And makikita mo, it's trying to win naman. So, and every time that's doing a move, makikita mo rito, kiklik ako, mag-move si CPU, magre-request siya ulit kay ChatGPT. So, makikita mo siya rito na it's thinking and it's returning the response that we want, which is yung, ito pala yung payload, sorry. Ayan o, yung mismo move niya. So, ngayon, on the code itself, verbiage lang or mga text lang yung nakasulat dito. So, we're saying that we're playing Connect 4. You are yung this type. Return the column index where you put your move that will make you win. Don't explain anything, just return the index number. The board below into the array. So yung board natin is a stringify of the game board na 2D array. And basically, ito lang yung code. Yung line 20 to line 23, which is we're just utilizing chat completion. And we're sending the message here. And we're specifying kung ano yung model na gamit natin. And yeah, we're just basically parsing the return. And if di natin makuha yung specific return or may mali sa return natin na content, we're basically falling it back to 1. So ngayon, I've written my own API or my own AI for the Connect 4 game. Ito naman siya. So makita mo siya rito, mahaba. Kasi as I said, hindi siya totoong AI itong sinulat ko. It's like a fake AI kasi sa AI is something that's learning from a cumulative data set. This one is just me trying to recreate all of the scenario that may happen sa game para ma-select natin yung best move na ma-counterpart yung move ng player. So basically, makikita mo rito, we have loop within a loop and another loop. And we have if, if. So, gano'ng karaming if yan? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 layers of if. So, para siyang Hadouken. So, kasi necessary yan for us to say na if ganito, nangyari to, tapos if ganito pa naman nangyari, tapos nangyari ulit tong ganito. So, we're basically counter checking if kung ano yung mga nangyaring scenario. And we're returning the possible move na pwedeng i-move ni CPU or ni AI. So, medyo mahaba siya. It's around 318 lines and compared to sa ChatGPT, we have just like 34 lines of code. And yun, makikita mo rito, if idle yung player, si ChatGPT rin yung magpe-play for him. So, magre-request din siya. Ayan o. So, pwede silang maglaban one-on-one na AI to AI pag natapos yung timer dito. Kasi, syempre, may timer. So, pag natapos yun, mag-move si player via ChatGPT as well. So, yun lang. Yun lang siya. Siguro share ko lang din yung source code nyo. I think it's here. It's here. So I have a public source code. I will share it sa I will share it sa chat. Ayan, nakita ko yung chat. So, dahil siguro free. Ayun, tama. Dahil siguro free. Try using ChatGPT 4. Yeah, tama. ChatGPT 4 is much more smarter, but you have to pay $20 for it. So, ayan. Going back to my slide. Ayan. We have GPT models nga. Si ChatGPT in my own thinking, hindi pa talaga siya fully form eh. Kasi 'di ba yung AI is always evolving, is always continuously evolving. So, yung ChatGPT 4 as well, hindi pa rin siya fully optimized. So, it's continuously evolving but we can utilize it as well. So, ito yung billing rate ni ChatGPT 3.5. So, for every 1,000 tokens, that is 0.0015 on the API. So, if you're trying to request an input and an output, ito yung uh, payment billing rate natin for 3.5. And yun, nag-demo na rin ako. So, I guess I'm open for Q&A if you have a question and answer, guys. Ayan, we're open for Q&A. So, yeah. So feel free to chat your questions and I'll try to answer them. Okay, meron palang Q&A tab, sorry. First question that is unanswered is from Ryan. So from Ryan, so are there security concerns if you use ChatGPT to review the source code? Yes and no. Yes, there will be a security concern, I guess. Kasi si ChatGPT sometimes it is storing the response or the data. So if you talagang pinaste mo yung mga secret code, secret key, there will may store niya yon somewhere else yung as a chat history kasi 'di ba I will just on my share screen makikita mo I have those chat history kung saan na-store niya yung mga conversation namin before. So there might be a security concern as well on that. And on my company, share ko lang, I'm working at Cognizant. Sa Cognizant naka-disable si ChatGPT on my laptop. So I guess there's a security concern on that. So I think that's the answer. So because it's saving history on your conversation. So the code itself na if yung source code mo is yung sa company mo ginagamit or sa project ng client, that will be a cause for security concerns as well.
Thank you so much for that, Stephen. We also have another question from Jay. Can we use API as ChatGPT alternative? Will it be much cheaper than the $20 subscription?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, depending on the use case, I think it's better to use OpenAPI because OpenAPI is an open source. And as I said before, ChatGPT, I think it's on beta. It's on beta pa lang. So, hindi pa siya ganun ka-accurate. So, for me, it's much more better if you use the OpenAPI, if you know the ins and outs on how to implement an API itself. Pero ChatGPT can be good as well if you're paying the $20 one.
Great. So another question from JM. Can we just pay separately for the API or do we have to subscribe to ChatGPT Plus as well?
You can pay separately for the API. So, pinakita ko kanina, hindi ko lang na-emphasize masyado. So, pwede kang mag-load para siyang prepaid load ngayon. So, ako nag-load ako ng $10 for the free version ng API. Kasi si API, kahit papano, kahit free version siya, if you want to consume the API as a developer, kailangan mo pa rin mag-load kasi may rates pa rin siyang kailangan bayaran. Pero you don't have to subscribe doon sa plus version which is yung $20. So if you're trying to explore ChatGPT as a developer, pay a small amount like $10, 500 pesos na hindi subscription, then you can try. If it's for you, then you can upgrade to the plus version.
Okay, so another one from Ronaldo. Can you set up and train your own chat GPT locally and offline?
No. So hindi siya pwede kasi ChatGPT is on the internet and may API ka na kino-connectan. So for now, it's not available locally or offline.
Okay, so we have another question from Nico. Can you share the importance of setting up the parameters for your chat completions?
Yeah, it's definitely important. As we said earlier, there are things or words na you have to specify for ChatGPT to in order for you to get the response. And syempre, if you have to word it better as well, kasi ChatGPT needs to understand what you're trying to achieve. So sometimes another explanation on your end might be necessary for the ChatGPT to fully understand kung ano ba talaga yung gusto mo. Kasi kung mahirap din intindihin ko ano yung gusto mo, then it will not be as accurate as possible if kung di mo makukuha yung gusto mo.
Okay, we have another one from Dex. What measures does ChatGPT have in place to protect user data and ensure data privacy?
For data privacy, I'm not 100% sure about that. But let me see. I will wait. I will try to ask ChatGPT. Do you have uh, data privacy security? I will try to generate a response for you. Okay. So according to ChatGPT, it does not store personal data of the user. Sabi niya rito, ang key points na it's securing the data is wala daw siya memory of conversation. Shared during the conversation session ends. So once the session ends, ang sinesave lang daw niya yung history ng conversation, not the actual data from that conversation. And it's hindi rin siya nag-share. Kunyari nagkaroon tayo ng conversation now na parang may sinabi ako mga sensitive information, it will remain as anonymous as possible, as anonymous kay ChatGPT, and it will not respond on the other person that have the similar chat na gagamitin niya yung data mo na ginamit sa conversation nyo. So, sabi niya rito yun. Sabi niya, secured naman and di naman niya ine-expose yung mga naging conversation mo with the chat GPT itself.
Great. I hope that answered your question, Dex. And moving on to the next from Christian. What will the prompts look like when ChatGPT acts as both player one and two?
For that one, I think dun sa chat natin, kasi per turn naman si player 1 and 2, 'di ba? So sa ano mo, 'di ba sabi ko sa chat, we are playing Connect 4, you are X in the board, please return the best move. So basically, ang ginagawa ko lang, if mag-iiba yung pieces nung ChatGPT, sabihin ko, you are now O on the board, please return the best move. So we're just alternating X and O, and si ChatGPT na yung magde-decide for the best move for that one.
Great. So now we have another question from Kim. What technical or design challenges did your team encounter during this integration, and how were they addressed to ensure a smooth player experience?
For this one, actually we're not using it on our company for now. Um, it's just for my personal endeavor. Personal project ko lang siya. So I will say na it's not really accurate for games. You have to pay yung for version for it to be a quite little bit accurate, pero nananalo pa rin si player eh. So hindi pa rin siya gano'ng katalino as as really as we want it to be. So we're not really using it on our project. Pero I do have one project na we're planning to use it because it's an AI project and it's planning to use ChatGPT on that. Pero hindi pa naaayos kasi we're still on the research and development. Pero hindi siya about game. It's about a dataset model na we want to train and we want to use ChatGPT for that. So, yung game kasi it's ako lang nakaisip nun. So, it's just for my own personal kasi mahilig ako sa games, making web games. So, I will not suggest na making a game and using ChatGPT as a primary AI tool for that one.
Okay, thank you for that. And we have another question from Dan. How fast is the response of ChatGPT compared to the handwritten AI opponent? Is it faster, slower?
Slower. It's definitely slower because you have to wait for the sa internet connection, diba? It's sending a request and response. So you have to wait for the request and response. If you're using ChatGPT 3.5, yun yung free version, napakabilis niya. Pero if you're using the plus version, parang baliktad nga, you're using the plus pero mas matagal yung response. Pero mas matalino siya ng konti. So, mas mabagal si ChatGPT. If mas magaling ka talaga magsulat ng code na matalino, so mas mabilis talaga yung handwritten AI. Pero you can use ChatGPT naman din.
So another question from Dan, is there a way to set the difficulty of the opponent? A perfect opponent may not be the most fun to face against.
Definitely no. Pero I haven't tried it yet. Pero siguro meron. You can say na be as sabihin natin have an IQ of something like this as a parameter. Maybe I haven't tried it yet, pero siguro kaya niya, siguro hindi. So I'm not really sure. I have to siguro explore again kung pwede nating maset yung difficulty for ChatGPT.
Okay, another question from Jay. With Open API, do you need to resend previous training prompts or does it persist on a session?
I'm not sure on OpenAPI, pero on ChatGPT itself, there are two types, 'di ba? Sabi ko. We have completions and conversation. If you're dealing with completion, you have to resend the previous training prompt kasi hindi niya alam 'yun eh. Yung conversation, you have a history of your conversation during the current session that you have. Hindi mo na kailangan i-resend yung mga napag-usapan niyo or training prompts mo before kasi it keeps a history dun sa conversation part.
Okay, so another one from Eduardo. What do you think is the advantage slash benefit of using ChatGPT from other tools like Google Bard AI and GitHub Copilot?
Um, for me, the benefit of ChatGPT, ako as if I will utilize it as a really a tool for my application or a website or a company website na ginagawa namin. It's more on chatbot siya talaga eh. So more on utilizing it as a, let's say you have a frequently asked questions doon sa website mo and you want to compile it on a chatbot, pwede siya. Pero yung Copilot, I think it's different from, you can utilize ChatGPT as a Copilot by sending your code, improving your code. Pero si GitHub Copilot, it's a little bit different kasi really, it's really developed for GitHub itself. So, and Google Bard AI, I haven't heard of it, sorry. Pero si GitHub Copilot where on the company that I'm working on, meron na siya mga free trial na binibigay sa developers to see if it's really useful. So, not sure on the Google Bard, but ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot, you can achieve the same result but you have to query. Pupunta ka pa kay ChatGPT. Pero sa GitHub Copilot, nandun na siya mismo sa ano, di ba? Sa GitHub ecosystem.
Okay, we have another question from Eliel. What was the norm in developing enemy NPC slash AI logic before the surge of AI like ChatGPT?
Siguro when you're developing an NPC on ChatGPT, maganda, you can utilize it for like, let's say that NPC is more, you have a conversational thing on that NPC, pwede siya siguro. Pero yung doing the actual AI logic, it will be hard kasi let's say you're developing a 3D MMORPG, and on an MMORPG, yung AI logic na is really complex because it has an XYZ axis, and I think hindi pa kaya ni ChatGPT yung, I mean, on the completion API and the conversation API, syempre it's a conversational AI. I think it will be hard for ChatGPT to interact with the AI logic on the 3D MMORPG. Pero there are other things that I haven't explored on ChatGPT na you can pass the model, you can fine tune. So meron pa siya ibang things na can be utilized of. Pero as for now, as per my current knowledge, hindi ko siya masasuggest na gamitin for AI logic.
Thank you for that. And for our last question from JC, how does the API contribute to the creation of realistic interactive NPCs and avatars? And what techniques are used to give them unique personalities and dialogues?
Ayun, regarding that one, yeah, we can utilize ChatGPT to be more realistic on the NPC in a conversational dialogue only and personalities. You may need to pass a set of data sets na this particular NPC have this persona na tsundere siya, or maybe alam mo yun, there are really a different personality per each of the NPC, di ba? May masungit na NPC, meron hindi. So you have to set those parameters na para masabi kay chat, para malaman ni ChatGPT na ito yung persona ko. This is how will I act on a conversation with you. So you have to syempre specify those parameters. But highly suggest na siguro if you're trying to use ChatGPT on the NPCs and avatar, it mainly be used as a dialogue only or personalities for now.
Thank you, Stephen, for answering the questions. We also have another one from Adrian. Assuming the trend, last question from Adrian. Assuming the trend is to use GPT models in generating code slash logic, do you foresee a situation where applications slash games will be generic or similar to each other?
Yeah, ChatGPT models generating code. There will be an instance na generic siya kasi you're using the same technology, kasi the same data set, so it's utilizing the same data set and models on ChatGPT. So yeah, there will be a generic siya on a sense na let's say you're having two racing games, tas sabihin natin that by that time si ChatGPT is really talagang matalino na talaga. So it's using the same data set. So if it's developing two different racing games and it's using the same data set, syempre it will be similar to each other.
Thank you, Stephen, for answering all the questions. Now, in case you guys still have questions, please feel free to chat with our speaker on Hermit Lounge and visit other booths. Stephen, can I ask for a quick photo op, please?
Okay, sure.
So, again, thank you, Stephen, for giving us this session. And to our audience, please, before I let you go, did you know that we have a leaderboard? Click the trophy icon on the top right of Hermit to see who's leading. Who wants to win an Alexa Echo from PSIA? Well, you better start cracking up points. We also have prizes for the top 10 from Globe Business and IBM. So, how do you earn points and dislodge our current top 3 leaders? Update your profile, ask questions, and answer polls. Click emojis, visit the virtual booths, visit sponsor links, and more. In other words, please do engage on Earn. This will continue until tomorrow, so there's plenty of time to earn points. We will announce the winners tomorrow late afternoon. If you have a hybrid ticket, download the Ermit app from App Store or Google Play so you can continue engaging on the app even while you're at SMX tomorrow. That's all the time we have for this session. Thank you. You may now exit this session and click on the next. Bye. See you at SMX.